We just had a close call down on the next boulevard down. It's where all the government offices were bombed. And it's understandable that the police are very sensitive, very touchy about strange people videotaping. So we're talking to Volk and Ivana. And Volk just saved my little baby camcorder, so muchas gracias there, baby. And we just want to get their impressions of daily life now in Belgrade. And Volk happens to be a freelance videographer, news. Is it right? News, primarily news? You're videotaping for the television stations?
I tape everything, everything they ask me to, like music shows, concerts, some arrivals like sportists arriving from the Olympics and, all the happenings, whatever they ask me to, it's my job, I can tape everything.
So what was the well, first of all, give us your impressions now of life in Belgrade.
Well, my name is Nebojša Auka. I'm 27. I'm working as a cameraman on national TV. I wasn't doing any photography before that. It just came up. I like the job because nothing happens. Nothing is the same, It's every day is different job. I tape. I record everything, like from the news to music shows to let's see, football, whatever. Whatever the job asks me to do, I do it. Living here right now is difficult. It was much better before this war. I also do a lot of freelance jobs because you cannot live by the month salary. I think most of the people live like that. They always do something sideways. And I was earning a lot of money, you cannot say a lot when you earn like $150 aside, but for Yugoslavia it's a lot, and I was kind of happy with that until this war happened, and now there's nothing going on right now, and you cannot do anything freelance except the weddings and funerals. The funerals are comic, The people who ask for the taping of funerals to me very strange, I don't know why would anybody record a funeral, but I do it, It's money. Money talks. Well, living here right now is very difficult since you have to work, since you have to live from your salary. It's small, like $45 a month. You cannot imagine that, probably. But let's say that food over here is cheap, or you got place to live and so on. So you can live, let's say, with that money for 2 weeks, maybe, and the other things are, coming out, at night you need at least $10 for good fun.
For a night on the town?
Yeah. But many people don't have that money. I do. My parents are working abroad, so they send me some money. I earn some money, but now I don't earn aside. But my parents send me money, and I have some money. But many of my friends don't have, and they don't come out. They just walk around, a day, and in the evenings they watch TV. It's very sad. But we are, let's say, people who always make fun of everything, so we find our fun even in such conditions.
You have a great sense of humor.
Well, I had a lot of it more before these wars happened. Like 9 years ago, I was a very happy person. I lived normally, like every European guy like me lived. Salaries were nice, but everything changed since then. What would you like to know now? My prognosis are that this government is not going to stay. It must be removed somehow. I don't know, maybe. I was listening to church our church.
A little bit closer.
Okay.
That's good.
Well, I think the government is not going to stay for long, because the people now see that nobody is going to take any care of us. We're not going to get any money from abroad. Sanctions are still on, and there is no way out. So the only way out is to get new government, a democratic one, and I think it will happen, by spring, definitely. People are now don't have any money to buy food, and I mean they do have money to buy food, but not like to renew their clothes, to buy some new clothes for the children, and everybody's wearing something they bought like 2 years ago and something like that. So I think it's not gonna stay for long. There's a lot of poor people, and there's a lot of rich, very rich people that are driving around me now. They have money for the gas, which is like $1 a liter. Many people cannot afford it.
So that's $4 a gallon.
Well, like that, maybe more. Yeah, approximately, yeah. Well, people don't have that money anymore. It's like the sanctions 1993, when only rich people drove cars, because the gas was like now, maybe even more expensive, but only they drove cars then. And some people who smuggled the gasoline, like me. I lived very nice then. That's when I met this person next to me. She's aware of my business right then, and that's it. I think this government had a lot of time to do something, but they didn't. So I think the people are fed up with it, and they will change it. Especially now when the national television is, not seeable. You cannot see it in many parts of the country, and the television here was the key to its.
To the Milosevic staying in power.
Yeah, right.
From my perspective as a media analyst or a media reform activist, it's very, how can I say this? closely important behind the physical war is the media war. For instance, vilifying Milosevic and the Serbian people. They have to do that and to justify the physical war. So first comes the media war and paves the way for the physical war. And now you're explaining to me that the media or the lack of the media is crucial in Milosevic staying in power. And
Yeah, definitely. He had the media for 10 years, and the government controlled it. And people here are not very educated. There's many uneducated people, and they take it as it is on TV. And they listen to whatever they say on the news, and they believe in it, and so that's why he stayed so many years in power. I think that NATO had a special target on the television of Serbia because they knew after the war, they could not control the people of Serbia, by the TV anymore. And so that's why they bombed the television, and all these links. I'm just sorry that many of my friends died in that night in the building of television of Serbia. And I was a target also, I was supposed to work this next night in that building, and I worked three nights before that when they said that they were gonna bomb the television of Serbia. Many of us did not believe. I did. I had my eyes wide open. I watched the other televisions, on the satellite, and I knew there was that the television was gonna be bombed. And well, I think NATO had also a target on television because it's controlled by Milosevic, and the people do listen to it very well. If the opposition unites, but this is the Balkan, I don't believe in any unions over here because everybody wants to be in power, So it's gonna be tough, but somebody's gonna merge. Well, I'm not blaming American people for the bombing of Yugoslavia. It's their government. It's just that I'm blaming American people for not being informed. You think they think that you think you live in democratic country. That the media is open and so, but it's controlled. I understood that through this war. Very little things came to American people. And I think the media is controlled over there also. In a much better way. So I don't blame American people. They don't even, as much as I know, they don't care much about politics, abroad and such things. But there is one nice thing I read in a newspaper yesterday. America needs the enemies, It's the American government, not the people. They produce weapons and they have to sell it or use it, It cannot stop in stock, That's my opinion, So I think the American weapon industry controls the government of United States, and that's the thing that American people are not aware of, But now I understood that through this war. The politics of double standards, it's normal for me, to understand that, we read a lot of it over here. We're not so uneducated. we were part of Europe yesterday, and now we're isolated, Well, I guess it's much part of the politics of Slobodan Milosevic, but the people do not have to pay that price, people of Yugoslavia.
It wouldn't happen the first time if somebody foreign translate their words in some other way. They became another connotation. I don't know. Do you understand? Another meaning. They put some words in their mouth. It doesn't what they want to say. Especially the foreign journalists. You understand? They doesn't want to talk, and that's understanding. I understand that. You see, this is an exception. We are talking now in English. I don't know. We doesn't have to know English. You will have to know Serbian. If you came to Serbia to learn something, you learn the Serbian language. You understand? Yeah. Why do I have to talk? You wouldn't understand me. I talk Serbian language. I talk English too. You understand? No. Well, why now? But about hospitals, the conditions are difficult. That's true. But the people who work in there, in medicine, they are really professional. They giving the best of them to help people. It's true that many mentally illness after this war and after the other wars that was on this land, this place, but that's normal. And I don't know. It's oxymoron that it's normal. I guess it's just the way it must be. And that's all I want to say. They are professionals. They doesn't need to talk to anybody about their works. They doesn't want to somebody be pleased with their unhappiness. You understand? And that's happened. Why not? Some American, I'm not saying that some American came and say, look at them. They doesn't have anything. They doesn't have a toilet paper. You understand? Why does he had something like that? Why does he had listened to something like that? And why does he had answered to someone like that? You understand? They are really proud. We are the proud nation. And we are proud of that. That's a tradition. We doesn't want to anybody be pleased with our unhappiness. You understand? Okay. Next question.
All right. So this is Ivana, and I met her at a press conference of the Serbian Radical Party.
Well, I'm a member of Serbian Radical Party many years, and that's a great party. Our president, Šešelj, is the best. And I don't know, that party fulfilled me from inside, because, I know a lot of history of Serbia, and I know some things that common people doesn't know about history. And I know the Serbian Radical Party wants the strong Serbia. They are for Serbia, strong as it gets, you understand? And Serbian Radical Party is leading us to a strong Serbia. And that's the only party I trust. And I believe that, I hope from my heart that Serbian Radical Party will become on the top. You understand? That I don't know. It's I didn't know that when I was little. I didn't mean that I will go in politics, but lot of things are happening here, and I understand that this is the only way to change something, to explain these people that we are the Serbs, we are the proud, we had that, we are entitled to live free and proud like we are, and our history is great history, and I'm not many people can, I don't know, many people doesn't have that kind of history. We have a lot of wars. Neither of these wars, Serbian wars, wasn't aggressive. It was defending wars when some other nation attack us. So we are not the killers, we are not the murderers, we are not the maniacs. We don't cut the fingers and the tongues. Nobody cuts your throat, even they know you are American. Well, we are democratic. Yes. And what on the press conference, you asked me about women in the Serbian Radical Party. In Serbian Radical Party, everybody has a chance. It doesn't matter or you are a man or a woman. Everybody has the chance. Everybody has to prove themselves. There's a lot of women in the high position on Serbian Radical Party, and that's okay. Everybody must prove themselves. It's democratic too. You understand? And yes, you know the president. You ask me, can you ask him question on English? He understands English, but he doesn't want to talk English, and I support them. That's what I already said that. I support them. This is the Serbian land, and he is the vice president of Serbia. You understand? And he doesn't want to talk English. He talks in Serbian language, and that's something I completely agree with, because we are in Serbia and we will talk in our national language. You understand? And that's it. What else would you like to know? Well, the first of all, it's a national politic to save Serbianhood. I don't know what's the word in English. To save our country, Serbia, and to, I don't know. That's national politic, and we are not the Nazi, of course not.
You're not what?
Nazi.
Oh, not Nazis.
We are not Nazi. We just love our people, and that's okay. This is the only way. I research the history and we talk about it. The only way to move on is to know your history very well. If you don't know your history, you don't have a future, and you can learn on mistakes you made. And that's exactly what happens with Serbian people. Serbians are naive. They're really good people, and they are, I don't know, they are misjudged by everybody. Croatian stab knife in the back of Serbian, so is the Muslim. Macedonia and Slovenia, all of that, it's awful. Serbian saves Croatian from the Austro-Hungary, and now look what's happened. That hate the Croatian feel on the Serbs are pathologic. I don't know how to explain. Pathologic, yes. They're raised to hate the Serbs. And as I managed to see, half of the world is now hating the Serbs. Why? Because their media presents them that we are killers, we are haters, we are insane people. Well, we are not. We had a family. I had a nuclear family. I had a mother, father, brother, and dog. That's normal family. We love each other very much, and we live normally. We are, like my friend said, we was a normal European citizen. You understand? But this thing what's happening here, bombing, I don't know. I wish to see American soldiers. I will strangle him. I will, because what does he know? He doesn't know where the Kosovo is. He doesn't know where the Serbia is. We are numbers for them. We are not. I don't know. It's topographic numbers. He doesn't know where the Balkan is. You understand? I don't want to be offensive, but your schools, the way they teach children, I don't know. We have much better knowledge about everything. Education. Our education is much better. Provide many more than yours, because we learn about you. We know about America much more than Americans know about, I don't know, Europe, whole Europe. Back to the point. None of this American who was bombing me and my family and my citizen doesn't know where the Belgrade is, and it's bad that he doesn't care. He doesn't care about us. He doesn't think that it might be his family under that bombs. And little girl in place called Batajnica near the Belgrade died in the bathroom of her house because the cluster bomb fell in her yard. Why does it happen? Why? Because some crazy sexual maniac, Clinton, wants so? What? I don't know. I can't understand that. That's why I blame the American people. How can they recognize that's fool? That I don't know. He's imbecile, and how can it be that nobody recognizes that? Why? Because they don't care. They don't just care about it. They don't know that it will happen to them. What it will be if Texas wants to secession? What it will be? And there comes the Serbian army and bombing the Washington D.C. because they support the Texas. And what that means? It's imbecile. What does one America needs to do in here? What? There is interest of one, I don't know, black mind, totally. And I don't know. It will be censored. And every time I go to church, I light a candle for everyone who lost their lives in this terrible aggression. That's it.
Okay, the sanctions were there because of a Serbian thing in Croatia and Bosnia. The thing is, the Serbia did was there, you know, our people were there in the war. It's true, but this aggression on Yugoslavia was because of many reasons. One of them is that Slobodan Milošević did not want NATO friendship program, you know. He is close to Russians. The other thing is that I think the main thing is that America needed an excuse to get rid of the old weapons, you know, like weapons made, tomahawks made by like 10 years ago when they attacked Iraq, you know. Then the tomahawks were new weapons, and now they had a lot of stocks, nobody bought them. And to get rid of those weapons, it costs a lot. It's easier to bomb somebody, some small people, by any excuse, and get rid of them and make some new weapons, advanced weapons. And that's one of the reasons. I think that's the main reason. And of course, the third reason is they wanted to get rid of Milošević because he's a communist, of course. That's what most people over here want. But I think it's not the way to do that. I think Slobodan Milošević thought that he was much better related to Russia, but maybe he thought they would respond, you know, to NATO. I mean, the Russia. But I think Russia is in a very bad position right now. They're economically collapsed and they have no money and power to act upon the NATO. I mean, the Third World War could not be, you know, avoided. So it would have been the end of this planet if it happened, you know. So even the Russians did not want such thing to happen. The thing on Kosovo is, I don't know, they used Albanians just for an excuse to act upon this country, even though they wanted a long time ago to do such thing, I think. And now they're feeling what they've done, you know. Now the Albanians are doing ethnic cleansing. I mean, the Serbs are running away, and now they're doing nothing about that, you know. That's what hurts me the most, you know. And I think it's gonna be better, you know. Maybe they'll take some conclusions out of this.
Well, Serbia is a historic and traditional friend of Russia, the only one in Europe, and the Americans want to destroy Serbia because of that. That's my opinion. And they didn't destroy the Serbia. And I hope we will come in alliance with Russia and Belarus, and then we will be strong, and then nobody can keep the aggression to our country. And what he said about ethnical cleansing, that's not only in Kosovo. Ethical cleansing was in Croatia when Croatian attacked the Serbian, and 300,000 of refugees, Serbian, was I don't know, must came to Serbia. They live in that part, and Croatian did the ethnical cleansing on them. But I don't know, nobody in the world doesn't raise the voice on Croatian about that. I understand. That's awful. It's 300,000 people. That's almost half of a million. And that's, I don't know, whole nation. We are not some tribe in the South Africa on some desert, you know. We are in the middle of Europe. You understand that something like that must never happen here. I don't know. But Serbia will survive, of course. Of course, we are strong people.
Okay, we've got most of the hospitals here are government hospitals. Social care runs that, but we also have private hospitals which are really nice, well equipped, very, of course, very expensive because of that. And most surgeons and doctors that work there also work in the social hospitals, and they got their experience out of the social hospital. But now, since 1991, when the privatization started but had not developed, they work there, and that's it.